Yeah, it's pretty crazy, crazy times. I was taking a look at what was on Facebook, and some people they're selling their junk. Um, there's something I just want to say about when it comes to saving money. Okay, if you are starting a new channel, okay, it's better to budget when you have some equipment that you're looking to buy. If it's not within your budget, best bet is to just basically do your research. Just go online, talk to people. There's a Power to Wise lav mic, which is pretty good. You can get that for $50. Some guy he's buying I think like a quadcast mic, but I mean he's using this to play video games. I know some people down in the states they could use a new mic. They could use a lot of things. They need a sign. That's what they need. They need like a big neon sign and maybe. Actually, on second thought, I'd say to people just save your money because something. Yeah, I know wants and needs, but this little project of mine, I'm trying to work on getting the show on the go, because there's a lot happening. Um, Guy I was following the other day, Ridge Speaks. I thought it would be more mature. He went gung ho in his car. Oh man, 17-year-old kids think that they could change the world. Guess how old I am? 37. I've been in two film schools, and I've seen a lot. When I see little kids, they're going to be going out, rushing into danger. I mean, I can't stop them. But you know something? This is the mindset of young adolescent teens. Their minds are not even fully developed. They're not. They haven't matured yet. They think that they want to become like their idols or their heroes. They haven't stopped to consider. You know what? Who am I? Like, you know what I mean? Maybe these people they 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 see themselves as they like to be. Okay. I'm not saying that you can't do it with 5, maybe 10 years of training, but you got to be more realistic. If you know what I protesting, okay, protesting 5 months from now, we could see collapse, and people are moving out of the major cities. There is a ton of stories that I have yet to uncover every day. I've seen videos of little kids uh, dying because they've been poisoned by pharmaceuticals, the industry. And I'm not gonna get into details because if I say any trigger words, this video could be terminated. It's just like that. So I got to keep my mouth shut for now and just do the work. Um, do one thing separate at a time, man. You can do two separate things. Listen, I'm 37. I've done the Watchman work, but I can't change the world. So I know that for a fact. And it's very naive to think that, yeah, a 17-year-old with no experience, no experience of the outside world, your world is okay. It's funny because you know what? It's probably not even worth mentioning, except that I'm afraid for this little guy. I thought he was older. He turned out to be a 17-year-old kid. He wants to do a lot, like be Mark Dice and go into Bohemian Grove and yeah, like while you're at it, why not just sign your own death warrant? How about that? Mark Dice and all these other people. I'll tell you something. They're professionals. They have not done this alone. They had help from hundreds of thousands of followers. Okay, and even then, it's like you can't expect change to happen because you want to start a movement, I guess, with 277 subscribers. Yeah, good luck with good good luck with that. No, I mean I'm serious. I was up to, okay. This is me getting personal, but I was up to almost 700, 650 subscribers at best, not even 700. But I had followers. I was reporting the news anonymously, and my channel got suspended. Occasionally, yes, I'll pull up an old video and try to send it off to YouTube, but it'll just as easily get taken down. So when you see me having to do the show, if I appear out of character, it means probably, yeah, I am. I'm just trying to continue on with the YouTube gig. I've tried. If anyone's listening right now, I'm sorry. I failed. I'm only one person. I know my limits. I tried for a long time to get the truth out there, but it's like the censorship is just so bad. So the only way, realistically, I'm going to be able to get any truth to reach people is that if I get an audience, something which I do not have. So that's okay. I'm just doing this more or less for myself, but I'll see what I can do in the meantime on my own time. And for the record, yes, I know about the UFOs. They're not what they claim to be. There is a massive psyop. There's going to be a great delusion when the alien deception that we've been programmed with for so long in Hollywood, and when people are going to be suffering, when they're going to be looking to a savior, there's going to be a solution, but it's just going to be so monstrous. It's going to be so horrifying. They've been planning this for decades. What I was saying before about the Georgia Guidestones, do you not know why the Georgia Guidestones have been erected in the first place? Why do they maintain population under 500 million? I'll tell you the reason, but instead I want people to actually do some digging for themselves. I'm sure that people these days are smart. They got Google. They have the power of the internet. They can read the Bible, if you believe in that. Or if you don't, okay. There's still people at the very top. They're censoring truth, and they're making all the rules, and they're buying up all the important land, and they're treating this as one big monopoly game. It's a game to them. You see, they're power-hungry megalomaniacs, and when I hear stories of like a little kid, if he's dead serious, you're gonna have to do a lot to get up to Mark Dice's, even that level, which is not that high. You wanna get to higher levels in life, but don't compare yourself to these people, please, because they're not that great people. They're not that good. They're just more or less they're there to do a job, and they have boundaries. They can't just go into Bohemian Grove or confront these elites. They're they're not to be you can't approach these people unless you have connections. If you want to do that, Yeah, I would support you still, but listen here, listen to me very carefully. I'm only going to say this one time, and I'm never going to mention this ever again. What you need to do, honestly, if you really want to become like Mark Dice, the first thing you need to do is lay off the video games for like a couple of years, because every day I see the news, things are going to be changing so rapidly. Most people are not even going to wrap their minds around it. They're not going to fathom what has just happened. Do you really think that you're prepared mentally for that? I mean, if you can't lay off the video games now, if people in general don't, get off their lazy behinds and start making content of their own and doing their part. I'm not saying this for myself. I don't really care anymore. I'm just doing this channel more or less for myself. But I have no freedom to share everything. Even though I know of some stuff, I can't share everything. But other people might. They haven't had their channel censored because why? Because they have not even taken the first step. They have not even bothered to make one single YouTube video. And for me, that just baffles my mind. I mean, even in the age of smartphones, people don't. I'm wasting my time. I'm probably, yeah, gonna get in trouble for saying trigger words, but yeah, I know, I know what's going on. Not stupid, but is there anything I can do about it aside from already trying to do what I've already done? No. I mean, I don't think anyone can really change the course of history. A wiser guy, I think the Hermit, he once said that even if the elites were stopped tomorrow, like if all of them were rounded up and tried, put in jail, like for life, um, the damage is already done. I think that's correct. That's correct because if you look at what they've done, they've mass uh, forced upon these um, Kool Aid shots, the clot shots, which is going to cause not any uh, immediate uh, long term damage. I mean, it's not going to be immediately apparent until later on. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what the long term effects are. My family, my entire family. Do you know my entire family? They did not listen to me, and they'd already gone ahead and took it. Maybe one, two, three. I was gonna think about it, but then I saw with my own eyes, and this is not a conspiracy. I saw people suffering, getting sores, getting paralyzed, getting heart attacks and dying. Little kids, especially, they were suffering. There's nothing that brings me my you know gets me aggravated more than to see children suffer. And I wanted this by this time to like not be alone. I wanted to move on to maybe reach 100,000 or even 50,000 get followers, but that didn't happen. I didn't get what I wanted to have. Find a nice girl and maybe settle down. I don't think that a lot of people's plans have came true. But what do you do? Do you give up? You got to keep on forging ahead. That's what you have to do. If even if a little guy like Ridge speaks, who happens to be young, I thought that he was a more mature Watchman, but as it turns out, he's very, yeah, very green. He's like a Boy Scout. Not even that. He's a guy who doesn't look like that. He's uh, disciplined. I see clips of him playing games. I mean, You really think that you're going to be able to change the world and do this, that, and the other thing? I mean, you got your followers, 277 subscribers. These followers, they're yes men. They're not going to tell you the truth. And the truth is, yeah, unless you start, growing up by like a lot, you got to get wise, man. You got to get smart because only the smart people, common sense that prevails. And kids these days, they don't even understand. They don't know. I mean, they're of course not. They're growing up in an age of TikTok and Xbox something. I don't even know what Xboxes we're up to. I mean, I don't care. I don't play games anymore. I just kids these days they think that they're gonna do. They have no. They have no. In a few years' time, it makes me sad. It makes me sad. I'm gonna be 40 in a few years already. And yes, I take care of myself, and I'm older than I look, but I'm much wiser than I should be because I was told. And if you want to be smart, my best advice, just don't bite off more than you could chew. Like, don't go chasing waterfalls. You know that song by TLC? Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. Okay, I'm getting carried away. But you get the gist. In other words, don't fly too high, like too close to the sun because it's dangerous. It's stupid. And I know kids are probably going to go ahead and do something very incredibly stupid. I could feel it in my bones. I could feel it. This guy, he was dead serious. If I wasn't aware of like what kids can do these days, I would have laughed. I would just laugh and say, it's funny. Just, moved on. But I can't stop thinking about it. I mean, people, they don't think ahead. They don't think before making these types of videos. They just, where do they think that they're going to be going? I mean, in their mind, do they really think that that's going to work? I mean, you're going to have to do a lot. I'm not joking. If you want to get into doing it, you're going to have to train. Get off the Xbox, please. Don't screw around. Prove it. It's going to take like you're gonna have to do this maybe a couple of years just to get maybe almost to the level of where these lower tier YouTubers are. And there's levels, okay? There's higher levels that you shouldn't compare yourself to other people because you'll be limiting yourself because guys like Mark Dice are a dime a dozen. And there's good people out there that are doing this. They haven't been able to make much change. I say that I believe this. I believe that without the aid of God, you really can't go very far. You have to really look to wiser people and then ask them for prayers and for support because this isn't a game. Life is not how you think it works. Okay? When you're 17 years old, that's not how life works. You're just going to make a few videos and going to get some supporters and some money. You haven't been in the real world very long, son. Let me tell you, I made close to 1,000 videos the last few years. And no, that's not an exaggeration. That's a fact. I don't like to brag about it too much because it doesn't really matter. In the grand scheme of things, I couldn't reach enough people in time. I may have helped a few people along the way. I don't know if I did. But I mean, we're just people. At the end of the day, we are, well, I bet if we were together, if we were working together in unison, we could achieve more. Yes, it is possible, but the way that things are right now, combined with censorship and the rat race, people are, going running around trying to work, trying to get ends meet with the cost of living. Realistically, I don't see the elites being brought down. No, I mean if people are awake now, I mean it's all I see is this. All I see is this. I don't see my followers making one YouTube video. So these people think that by I'm angry. I'm gonna make a message. Yeah, I'm gonna make this go viral. People, they have to take responsibility. If they had to take it to the streets, yeah, they gotta get their heads off the screens. You gotta throw these away. You gotta put down the Xbox, put down the phones, put down everything. Get on the phone, talk to some people, and organize if you can, or don't. Just go back to playing and wait until tomorrow. But one of these days, tomorrow could mean the difference between life or death, and some people, if they're not fully awake yet, I don't see there's any real hope of waking up everyone if they're not fully awake right now. If you want my honest opinion, because no one's ever protested about the Kool-Aid. I mean, if they have, it's already too late. Already 70% of the population has already taken it, and I've tried my best to warn people. I really did, but no one ever wanted to give me money, not even for a cup of coffee, which could have really helped me, get an upgrade so that I can make these videos faster. So, it's something which, around here I have to, I have to live with people. They don't even know. They have no idea what's coming. And well, I would just say find good people offline. That would be my number one piece of wisdom for today. Get off the Xbox. Learn. Challenge yourself every day. You got to be like a soldier, man. Like, okay, you're gonna have to do a lot in order to get to that level, and you're also going to have to find wiser people, talk with them, commune with them, maybe pray with them, because that's the way, man. That's the way. That the right way is not always the fast and the quickest way. You have to go through certain obstacles first. You know what I mean? Like, if this was a test, okay, the final exam, and you haven't studied for it, you're not gonna you won't succeed. It's like that, man. You have to grind, grind, grind more, just grind and do it again and again and again. Repetition, man. And you have to learn. You have to learn like, a hard ass mother in order to get to the higher levels. Okay, so I don't mean to preach. I want to be teaching film by this time. I want to be a mentor. I want to be a dad. Okay, so by this time I feel like, at least like a big brother. Even though like I already have a brother, but I don't hear from him anymore. He's he's part of the rat race, and either you're part of this world, or you're not. And You have to choose. You have to choose which one is it going to be. Are you going to take part and please people in this world, or are you going to, serve a higher calling? It's really up to you. I mean, I know that you can do it. You have potential, but you have a long way to go. A very, very long way. So get some rest. Watch this video one more time, and don't listen to everybody you talk to online on social media, because they're not going to be following you on the same journey. Okay, you're going to have to alienate some people and cut them off completely if you're going to be able to go to that level. And that's what it takes, man. You can't just go gung ho. I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. It doesn't work that way. You just have to do what the tried and true method. Read some wisdom from the Bible. That'll help guide you in the right direction. David versus Goliath. David did not. Okay, David, he did not defeat the giant without the aid of God. So, and even then, he had to work. He had to train. He had to learn how to fight. So, you take one step, God will do the rest. And it's just that simple. So please take this to heart. Lay off the Xbox. It's not good for you. It's not gonna do you any good in the long run. Except give you some comfort, but you don't want comfort. You want to be uncomfortable. You want to be grounded in reality, because that's going to be the foundation. If you want to get to that level, it's it takes a lot of commitment and responsibility, man. And I hope that you weren't just saying this to get views and attention on YouTube, because if you have, I'll be upset, because I am deeply concerned. I am trying to reach out and teach people something about wisdom, because that's the only way. That is the only way that people are going to be able to make it through this smooth sailing, because there's a storm coming. Okay, nobody is really. I don't think anyone really has any idea. That's just my opinion, though. But no, I mean, I'm very concerned. I'm really genuinely concerned, and I'm afraid. So, yeah, find good people offline. That's that's it, man. I hope you know what you're doing, and the sooner you talk to good people, like the people I mentioned earlier, the better. If you want to be a watchman, well, best wishes, best of luck. Be careful. All right, that's it. I'm done. God bless.